Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Phil Varney, I'm the Facilities Manager here, and basically I look after the nuts and bolts of the building, and I look after also health and safety of the building. Okay, and what we're going to cover today, we're going to cover manual handling basic principles. Okay, before we start, we're going to have a little bit of introduction about the lesson, about the training room. Okay, fire alarms. There's no planned fire drill today, so if you do hear an alarm, assume it is a real fire and evacuate the building as per policies. Fire exits and emergency evacuation points. When you evacuate the building, you go directly through the door behind you, turn right, head to the nearest fire exit, which is just to the left of this door, and you head out the building, turn left, and you're going to head to Connaught Square. Mobile phones. If you've got mobile phones or deck phones, please can you ensure that they're switched on to silent. Breaks. As this lesson's only 30 minutes, there's going to be no breaks. However, if you do need to use the toilets during this lesson, please raise your hand, but not everybody raise a hand at the same time. General housekeeping. There's a lot of wires around the end of this desk. Please don't go around this end of this desk because there's a bit of a trip hazard. And any personal items, belongings, make sure you leave them left outside in the cloakroom. Okay, question and answers. There are going to be questions thrown to you, and I'll expect some answers back. When I ask a question, please don't shout all at once. Please put your hand up and I shall nominate. Likewise, if anybody else got anything to say, please let them say that, let them come out with what they need to say, show a little bit of respect with everybody. Okay, introductions. I've introduced myself. Okay, I want to go around the table clockwise, and I want you to introduce yourself, starting with Antonio.
Hi, my name is Antonio Pereira, and working for GSC Maintenance.
Thank you, Antonio. Okay, go around the table.
So, did you say clockwise again?
Yeah, clockwise, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Sophie? Sophie, you're clockwise.
Go that way.
Okay.
My name's Simon Tudjar and I'm a Facilities Team Leader here at the Victory Services Club.
I'm Martin Kerrigan, I'm part of the maintenance team at the VSC.
I'm Sophie, I'm the HR Manager here at the VSC.
Okay, thank you. Okay, lesson plan. Let's get our format of what we're going to be actually covering in the next few minutes. Okay, we just carried out an introduction. Next we're going to talk about manual handling facts. We're going to talk about manual handling techniques. Talk about manual handling demonstrations. Manual handling assessments. And finally with a summary. And at the end of the lesson, we're going to give you some handouts and some course evaluation form. Okay, back pain. Who's suffered with bad backs before? Anybody? Is it a pleasant experience?
No.
It's not nice, is it? Okay, well, aims and objectives then of this lesson is to provide sufficient understanding of manual handling and the risks involved. Okay, question to you, or you sit around the table. What is manual handling? Anybody?
Process of handling goods or lifting things manually by yourself without
Yeah, exactly.
anything else.
Exactly, well done. All it is that lifting, putting down, pushing, pulling, carrying and moving. Basically everything you do in your workplace, everything you do at home, you've always got some form of manual handling. Okay? Okay, manual handling facts. Okay, in the UK, how many days lost in the workforce due to poor manual handling techniques? Anybody got an idea how many days are lost?
5.
Huh?
5?
5 days for the whole UK?
Oh, the whole UK.
Yeah. Martin, any idea?
Millions of days.
Yeah, it's 25 million lost working days due to poor manual handling techniques. How much money do you think that costs the UK?
Millions.
Billions. It costs £2.5 billion a year to the UK industry. So you see, that's why we've got to sit here. Okay, manual work v desk work. Do you think it makes any difference?
No.
No, it makes no difference at all. Why do you think it makes no difference?
It makes difference. Work manual, you live and you leave things up on the desk. You're not really just sit on the desk.
Okay, thanks for that. But can you imagine if I was sitting down on reception? Okay, we go through it more in a minute. We're sitting down on reception, okay, and so I'm on night shift. I've got 20,000 letters to stuff for membership, and I'm constantly doing this for 8 hours. What do you think that is? Do you think that's manual handling?
Yes.
That's manual handling. What's going to happen after 8 hours of doing that?
Pain.
You're going to get paid. So because that desk work and manual work, it makes no difference. We're all likely to suffer with bad backs. Okay, who smokes here?
Hi.
Okay, you're more likely to suffer 50% more problems with your backs than a non-smoker. Do you know why?
No.
Okay, imagine what are you breathing in when you smoke a cigarette? What's in that cigarette?
Smokes, nicotine,
Okay, what do you think it does to all your red blood cells?
destroy.
It destroys it. It doesn't help you recover. Doesn't help you rest. Doesn't. So you can imagine, you think a hard day's work, I'm going to have a cigarette and a beer. So smokers are more likely to suffer with bad backs than non-smokers. Being overweight increases the likelihood of back pain. Age doesn't necessarily make any difference between bad backs. Bad backs affect people of all ages. But who do you think is more likely to suffer? Young or old? Old. What about the young? What about youngsters?
As well, but it takes, I think it takes more time for them to feel the pain. But over time, they probably...
That's right. So you're talking about poor handling techniques when they're younger, as we think now, will contribute to poor bad backs in their older age. You think you're a hero, you're 18 years old, you've got one box underneath this arm, one box underneath this arm, and you're holding 2 boxes, and you think you're going to carry on doing that with 200 boxes. You're young, you're a hero, and you want to get the job done quickly. What's going to happen is that during the latter part of your life, that will really contribute to bad back problems. Okay, as I said, poor handling techniques when you're younger contribute to problems in later life. Okay, those who have suffered from bad back injury are 3 times more likely to suffer injury again. Okay, reason for manual handling. Why do you think we're here, sitting around this table? Anybody?
Yeah, to make sure we leave heavy things on the
Yeah, that's great. You lift safely, okay? Okay, so you're also going to reduce lost working days through injury. And it's law. We have to sit down around this table and carry out manual handling. Okay, manual handling at work, regulations 1992, and Health and Safety Act worked 1974. Doesn't matter what size company you are, whether you employ 1 person, whether you employ 100 people, whether you employ 1,000 people, you have to provide manual handling training. Doesn't matter who's in your organisation, everyone has to attend, from the CEO down to the troops onto the ground. Okay. Okay, manual handling risk assessment. How do you think we are going to help reduce the risk? Okay, we've got 200 tins of baked beans to move, okay? What are you going to do? You see these baked beans, what are you going to do? You're going to think of where they're going and how you're going to get them to the next location. Yeah? It doesn't mean that I'm going to ask you to fill out 20 pages of risk assessments. What it does mean, but I'm going to ask you to think in your heads exactly what we're going to do. Now, all the big risk assessments with manual handling is down to me. but you've got to think exactly what you've got to move, how you're going to move it, and where you're going to move it to. Okay, this is broken down into a word called tile, broken down into further stages. You've got your task, you've got your individual capability, you've got your load, and you've got the environment. Okay, let's talk about a task. Okay, I've just given you your task, 200 tins of baked beans, where have you got to move it to? Individual capability. Look at that size of people. You've got somebody who's 4 foot and very slightly built. Are you going to ask them to move a box which is 250 kilograms? You're not, are you? Are you going to ask somebody who's pregnant to move heavy loads?
No.
Or somebody who's got an injury?
No.
Okay, so again, you've got to think about the individual capabilities. Load. Okay, let's talk about your load. What you're actually moving. Is it one big box with 200 tins? Can this box be broken down? Is it heavy, bulky load? Is it sharp? Is it hot? So think about exactly what you're moving. Well, have you got anything there to assist you? You've got handling aids, you've got trolleys, or do you need a specialist company to move it for you? Think about all your colleagues around you. Just because you've been tasked with moving 200 tins doesn't mean that you're going to be doing it on yourself. Look around you in this room. Who would you ask? Okay, look at the environment. Where you've got to move these tins to, one of the most important things is going up to the 5th floor where they're going and finding out, have I got space for them? Can you imagine moving 200 tins up to the 5th floor from the ground floor and find out you've got no space, you've got to take them all back down again? Think about, are you going to be moving stairs? Are you going to be moving in public areas? Are you going to take them through lifts? Do you have to go outside? Is it raining? Is it icy? Okay, so think about your environment when moving loads. Okay, any questions on that part of the lesson? Okay, what we've got now, we've got a series of questions for you. Okay, why is manual handling carried out?
To prevent injuries.
Okay, for I said during the lesson, if you put your hand up, if you know. Why is manual handling carried out?
Law.
Okay, thanks, law. Yeah, it's the law. It is UK law, we do have to carry it out. What is manual handling? Anybody?
Pushing, lifting, carrying,
Excellent.
moving.
Excellent, thank you, Sophie, if that's correct. Okay, who is at risk? Young, most at risk, young or old?
Everyone.
Most at risk, old, I would say.
Okay.
Generally, everybody is at risk.
Yeah, generally everybody's at risk. What about, think about the younger generation, how heroic they want to be when they move in boxes, when they get the job done fast. What do you think is going to happen in later life?
They will suffer.
They're going to suffer more, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, what is tile? Now just talk about tile. Remember, you've got 200 tins sitting there, and you've been told to move them to the 5th floor. What are you going to do? Continue to see them 200 tins.
Task, individual capacity, load, environment.
Excellent, that's great. You see, that's your risk assessment, what you've actually got to do. Think of, well, I've got to move them to, how am I going to get them there? Can I do it on my own? Whereabouts am I going to move it through? Okay, I'm going to do it's how to lift. Okay, what you're going to do, you've got your box, you're going to stop and think. Okay, bring your tile method into place. Okay. Then you're going to position your feet either side of the box, to the left and to the right. Okay, you're going to adopt a good posture. Get a firm grip. And then when you pick up the box, you're going to use your legs instead of just your back. Okay, you're going to move your feet, don't jerk. And then when you get to your location of your box, you're going to put the box down, and then you're going to adjust your position, adjust your body. Okay? Now, at the end of this section, I'll be demonstrating exactly how to move that box, because that will form part of your assessment. Okay, pushing a trolley. Okay, you're working the club here. How often do you see a trolley which is overloaded, moving through public areas?
Many times.
All the time, okay? This person pushing a trolley here, can he see?
No.
No, he can't see. So what happens? when a lady comes out of her bedroom and that person pushing that trolley doesn't see, what's going to happen?
Accident.
That's right, she's going to get really, really hurt, isn't she? Okay? And she could have a traumatic injury. She could have you could break her bones. She could, even worse, she could have severely serious consequences. So what are you going to do to prevent any accidents happening?
No, full control.
Yeah, you're going to reduce the load of the trolley, aren't you? Okay? Can you still see?
No.
No? Can you see?
Yes.
You can see. So you are going to reduce the loads of your trolley so you can see. There's no point moving to the left or moving to the right. Think you can see. You've got to have a clear vision straight across your load. Okay, pushing a trolley. How heavy should a trolley be? Anybody? Martin?
Not that heavy. Heavy enough that you, well, not as heavy so you can't push it.
Okay, that's great, yep. Okay, you've got to push a trolley. Doesn't mean because you can get 200 tins on one trolley, that trolley can take the weights. You've got to make sure that the safe working limit for the trolley is can take that load. Okay, for instance, you've got a trolley which is 250 kilograms. Each box is 20 kilograms each. Okay, what you've got to do, you've got to calculate the weight of the boxes with the safe weight of the trolley. Okay, we said 250 kilograms for the trolley. You can divide that by 20, so that's 12.5 boxes. Okay, which a trolley can take. Okay, so you've got 100 boxes to move, and you see you can move 12 boxes each move. That means you've got 9 loads. Okay, so sometimes you've got to calculate the weight of the trolley with the weight of the boxes. Okay. Okay, pushing and pulling. When possible, push instead of pull. Clear a path. There's no point moving a big trolley and you've got chairs, you've got suitcases, you've got other boxes in your way. Reduce the weight and height of the loads. Use your legs to push and not your back. Use your entire body to push, pull loads. Avoid using the shoulders and arms. Push and pull with both hands. Proper maintenance of wheel carts, lubricate, clean, replace wheels frequently. If you've got a broken trolley, speak with the FMT and they'll repair it for you. Okay, lifted mattresses. Okay, we do that quite a lot. Guests want a nice comfortable night's sleep, so frequently the mattress is turned over so you haven't got a lumpy side. Okay, how would you lift a mattress over? Would you do it on your own? Anybody?
2 people.
Pardon?
2 people.
2 people, that's right. You've got to push, you've got to use 2 people to turn that mattress over. Whether it's a single or a double, you have to use 2 people. Okay, it's all about teamwork. Whether you're a housekeeper or whether you walk past and the housekeeper says, can you do me a favour and help me move this mattress over? Help them out. It's all about being part of the team. Okay, laundry bundle. 200 bundles of laundry has just come in every 2 days. Okay, do you think that's a good way of moving a laundry bundle by dragging it? No? How many times that's happened here? Most times. What's going to happen to your back if you're dragging it? You're putting all your weight on the curve of your back, aren't you? Okay, so you're going to use 2 people. Okay, use a trolley. Okay, would you use the skates?
No.
No. Okay, why we didn't use the skates?
You've got nothing, you can't, because you'll end up pushing the bags over.
That's good, excellent, well done Martin, that's correct. They'll go all over and then somebody's going to get hurt, so skates are not to be used. Okay, any questions on the manual handling techniques? Okay, what you're going to do, if you want to go in a semicircle at the end of the room, what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you how to lift a box, then you're going to be assessed how to lift a box. And as part of lifting of the boxes, you're going to critique everybody in this room on how they've achieved it, okay? Okay, everybody off the chairs and straight up a semicircle. Okay, we've got a box here, okay? That's got to be moved. It's got to be moved to that end of that table. Okay, first thing you're going to do, you're going to look at this box. Okay, where have I got to move it to? Okay, using that tile method, you're thinking where it's got to go. Okay, I know it's got to go directly on that table. Have I got a clear path? No. So Martin, if you don't mind moving over to your right, thank you. Okay, you see your box. Okay, you said you're going to place your feet either side of the box. And you're going to bend down, okay? Keeping your back straight. You're going to get a firm hold of the box. And you're going to pick up the box, holding the load close to your body. Then you're going to use your legs to pull up with the box instead of just using your back. You're going to keep your load firm to your body. Now, if I moved it out here, what do you think is going to happen after a period of time?
You're losing your balance.
Yeah, basically what happens is if you don't keep it firm, within 10 minutes this box would weigh 10 times of what it is, okay? You're going to keep it firm to your body. Now I said, when you move, you don't jerk, you move in a smooth motion. And when you move corners, what you've got to do, you can't just, when you're walking normally, just walk around like this. You've got to literally, when you want to turn direction, stop, move, stop, and move, okay? And then when you get to your location, you're going to, again, use your legs to put your box down. Put the box down, and then you're going to adjust. When adjust, you've got to shake yourself down. Okay? Everybody happy with that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, we talked about awkward loads. How do you think we'd move this load? How do you think? Say it was about 6 foot tall, big bubble wrap, big bubble wrap, but only weighed about 1 kilogram. How do you think we'd move this?
Use the trolley?
Yeah, excellent. Move the trolley. Why wouldn't you move it like this?
You can't see where you're going.
Okay, yes, that's great. Yeah. Now, if you took it down the stairs, what is likely to happen taking something like this down the stairs?
You might trip.
Trip. And what are you going to do if you trip? Quite traumatic, isn't it? Okay. What we're going to cover now is the assessment. Okay. Well, the first one, I want Martin, I want you to pick up this box and put it on the table. I want all you to look around, and at the end of it, I want you to watch. Okay, anybody see anything?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll do one thing.
Okay.
I see when you drop the box on the table, he use his legs.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, you need to use your legs to drop it down. Even if it's just a couple of inches, you still need to use legs instead of your back. Okay, Antonio, what you do, pick up that box, put it back down onto the floor. Okay, anybody?
It's good technique.
Yeah, very good technique, but you were thinking about using your strap, weren't you?
Yes.
Pick that up. Don't use that because that's going to cut really into your hands and cut off your blood supply. Okay, that's fine, Antonio. Simon? Okay, anybody? Okay, excellent, Simon, well done. Sophie, when you pick up this bag, I want you to move this bag to the end of the table, please.
Can I use the trolley?
You can use the trolley, yeah.
Do you want it on the table?
Yes, leave it on there, yeah. Okay, excellent. Right, everybody sit back down and around the desks.
Is that all right?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's talk about the main types of injury. Okay. We talked about you can get injured, but do you think you're the only person who get injured due to poor manual handling techniques? Okay, about traumatic injury, we talked about that old lady. So, okay, due to poor man handling techniques, not just you can get injured, it can be other people as well. So you've got to be careful how you lift and move everything. Okay, repetitive injuries. These are the injuries which are going to occur again and again and again and get worse and worse and worse. And there's many types of injuries. Your back pain, neck, shoulders, feet, wrists, elbows, hernia, overall fatigue, and many others. Okay, do you know what your spine is made up of?
Vertebrae.
Yeah, you've got 33 vertebrae in your spine. Okay, what's in between each vertebrae? You've got a little flexible disc, haven't you? Okay, and inside that disc, you've got your nerve endings. So not only will you hurt your back, you also hurt any one of the others on here. So you can imagine it, not just your back's going to get hurt, you're going to affect something else of your body. Okay? Now, you break your leg, you break your arm, your bones get repaired. Now if you damage your back, you may be partially fixed, but at the end of the day, if you have a back injury, you will suffer again and again and again. Okay, we just covered a practical assessment of why it's all standing up. So what we're going to cover now, is there any other final questions? No.
How often does manual handling training need to be carried out?
Manual handling training has to be carried out every 2 years. Okay. But, well, you must remember, if you move to another job, you'll have to then take that manual handling course which a company you've moved to. Any other questions? Okay, in summary, ensure that the object is light enough to lift. Is it stable and unlikely to shift or move? Heavy or awkward loads should be moved using a manual handling aid. Make sure the route is clear of obstructions. Make sure there is somewhere to put the load down whenever it's to be moved. We talked about that. You've got to move 200 boxes and you've got to move them up 5 floors, and you get up there and you've got no room to put them. You're not going to be happy, are you? Because you all the way come back downstairs again. Stand as close to the load as possible and spread your feet to shoulder width. Bend your knees and try and keep the back's natural upright posture. Grasp the load firmly as close to the body as you can. Use the legs to lift the load in a smooth motion if this offers more leverage, reducing the strain on your back. Carry the load close to the body with the elbows tucked into the body. Avoid twisting the body as much as possible by turning your feet to position with the load. And finally, I will give you a set of handouts now and a small questionnaire to complete. Okay, thank you. Okay, if you want to pass them round. If you want to pass them round.